Greeting agents, hope you're doing all well and staying safe in these hard times. I will not bore you with the quote-unquote news that Massive got the right to the next Star Wars games, but as much as I love the company, they are not equipped with handling 3 AAA games, and with this magnitude nonetheless. Now, as much as I love the idea of our franchise being developed on and not left in the dark, I mean, if Massive has still the reins on it after they got this deal, it's gonna be left in the dark. And I mean, for us PvPers out there, it's already left in the dark ever since Red Storm left or got booted off Division, because who knows at this point. They're kind of being secretive. Well, based on the information that I was able to gather, and by able to gather I mean watching this unfold in front of our eyes, Ubisoft at this point is better to give the steering wheel to another company. Oh, and understand that this is just my opinion, and I would love if somebody has the facts or either just disagrees with me, just to do it. That's how you get community interaction. And I do have a bias towards Massive, because I was one of those players that signed the petition when the first Division released. I wanted it to be released in PC, and I begged the company and whoever I thought was close to the project to do it, and it actually did, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm a bit biased. I can admit that. Back in the day when the original Division was announced, it was revealed that Massive had the reins on the game, but other companies, studios would be working on it as well. Like Ubisoft Reflection was in charge of map design, character design, and online components of the game. Ubisoft Tennessee, I couldn't find any other information, but if my information is correct, they were responsible for the raids, and I might add that they really did a good job on it. And Red Storm Entertainment, a company that was co-founded by Tom Clancy himself, which was in charge of the PvP section of the game. See, the best company in my eyes to take the steering wheel is Red Storm, and I will explain why. During the lifespan of Division, we were introduced to some loved and some not so loved metas, but Red Storm kept balancing, rebalancing, kept the game fresh. When the time came to go to Division 2, we left Division 1 in a really good state. Part of that, and I'm saying part of that, is the PvP was really enjoyable. I mean, yeah, we had a replayable mission. We could do missions because the game was focused on replayability. PvP was a blast to have. I mean, I still go back to the Division 1 and play PvP. I mean, if it wasn't for the cheaters, the amount of cheaters in that game, I would still be playing Division 1 because the PvP is good. And part of that, part of the reason why PvP is good, because Red Storm was in charge of it. Now, if we want to revitalize Division 2, PvP needs a bit more focused, and based on past instances, Red Storm seems to be the perfect Ubisoft choice. No, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying PvE development needs to stall. I mean, it needs to be innovated on. Replayability should be in mind. See, I'm one of those players that did not give up on the original Division, and sure as hell I'm not giving up on Division 2 until it dies, and we have actually buried it. Red Storm, in my opinion, would give a game a bit of fresh air, and as long as there are other studios dealing with the PvE side, that would be phenomenal, because I think we were promised 3 raids. I'm not really sure about that. Conclusion to this is, as PvP revitalizes and PvE is kept developed on, player base may increase, and we will have a better chance of having a third game. Don't get me wrong, I know I'm hoping for the best possible outcome here, but we kinda need a bit of a miracle. Now, I know that the large amount of the player base is gone, but if you're here and you're watching this video, let's give Red Storm a chance, and support and encourage them to speak up if they have a say in the matter. Don't get me wrong, I know there are a lot of talented people in a lot of talented studios, but, and this is, like I said, I'm going to be biased a bit, I'm a PvP player myself, I would want the PvP to be good. I think PvP is what gives any game, not just this one, any game, a longevity. Bit of a comparison. I've played Cyberpunk 2077. I've done everything on that game 8 times over. There's no PvP. I'm not incentivized to go back. And that's what I think it's wrong with the game. And even the PvE missions that we already have, they're not based on replayability at all. Like, I don't want to go do the same mission, because why? No incentive. See, if we don't give Red Storm a chance and Ubisoft doesn't push the game forward, I'm really concerned because now there are other games that will compete. Like the other day I just saw a trailer for a game called, I think it was called The Day Before, and it looks a hell of a lot Division trailer we were promised in 2013. Now I know back in the time I don't think our systems were powerful enough to handle that, but you know how the story goes. There's the Scavengers game that is trying to bank on the quote-unquote survival feel. There are a lot of games. I know most of them suck, and I'm kind of hopeful that Ubisoft and whoever has the reign by the time has learned the lesson that they need to focus on this game a bit more and have a really, really strong community. We need a strong community. To be honest, I'm tired fighting PvP with the same names over and over and over again. So, this wasn't real. And for now, agents, happy hunting.